All right, folks. As always, I'm gonna do my personal opinion of the movie right under this week it's a bum review and nostalgia critic. And this week is obviously Transformers 3. What did I think of it? Well, of course, you can't talk about the second sequel unless you talk about what you thought of the other films. First Transformers, I liked. I did enjoy it. I thought it was good action, pretty funny, dumbass characters, dumbass story, but I thought it was fun. And people don't like it. I totally get it. I'm not going to defend it. It's stupid, but I thought it was a lot of fun too. The second one I didn't like, but I didn't hate as much as I think a lot of other people did. My biggest problem is that I really thought it was just repeating the first film again, and it was just kind of annoying. You got those twins that, would never shut up. And like an hour in the desert of just people shooting. So those are my problem. And now we got Transformers 3, and basically, in a lot of ways, it's the same problem as the second one. It's just doing the first movie again, except this time there's a major difference that you could argue makes it worse than the second. It's not annoying, it's boring. It's ungodly boring to me. Now, like I said, this is me talking for others, because I went to a midnight show, and it was like all high schoolers, pretty much. And sure enough, when the credits rolled at the end of it, went, whoa! I mean, they loved it, so there's definitely an audience out there for it still. But yeah, my big problem is that I've seen this. I've seen this done before. You can literally just pinpoint what moment they're gonna do. It's, okay, you have the build-up in the opening with Optimus Prime's narration. Then you're gonna go to, what's that Sam kid up to? Uh-oh, his parents are gonna come and embarrass him. Well, they'll go away for a bit, come in maybe the beginning of the second act to say something really stupid again, but still act, encouraging because they're his parents. And then you got the government cover-up, with, Optimus Prime saying, you lied to us, and him making the big speeches. And it just seems so, I don't want to say phoned in, because these movies take a lot of effort and it looks huge. But it's story-wise, it just seems like we've seen this. The only thing that was, well, there's two things that were new about. One is the new girlfriend, which I do like better than Megan Fox. I actually like the fact that, of course, it's Michael Bay, so they make her look slutty as hell. But it's still a nice character you hear, and maybe it's just the British accent. Maybe the British accent just totally throws me off. I'm just like, wow, she's sweet, she's nice, but the characters seem like, legitimately, oh, this is likable. She's very likable. Where Megan Fox, I don't remember hating, but I don't remember a thing about her. And the other thing that's kind of new is the Decepticons are a little bit more creative. They're a lot of fun. There's a vulture Decepticon. There's like this. The only way I can describe it is sort of like a worm from Dune Decepticon, and that thing's great. Anytime that thing came on, I got excited. But everything else just seems like, okay, the buildings explode, the people are falling, and you think they're gonna fall, they're not gonna make it, but then of course, at the last minute, the Autobots come and catch them and save them, and you see, okay, in the first Transformers, I remember one part where everyone really applauded was when Optimus Prime, he gets distracted near the end, and he has to fight this other, whatever, bad guy. And then they all go into the city, they're fighting, and then somewhere in the middle of it, Prime suddenly comes in and everybody applauds, and that was good. That's sort of like when Gandalf came in Two Towers. It's sort of like, oh yeah, you sort of forgot about him. They really abuse that here. I mean, they do it like 8 times. I mean, there's like 8 times where the Autobots go, you quote-unquote think they're gone, and then just when someone's about to get shot, just when they play it in slow-mo and play the sad music, they come over the hill and hit the guy, and the first couple times they did, of course, the teen audience goes, oh yeah! By the 12th time, I mean, it's like they could just see it coming. So that was pretty predictable. It was kind of cool seeing Chicago get blown up. I mean, because we sort of saw, the explosions happening and stuff. So, I mean, it's neat to see, oh, okay, that's what it looked like. But nothing that spectacular. And I liked the action in the first Transformers. I thought the second one, again, just very, well, we saw that. And this one, it's, yeah, we're in the city again. And here's a good example of just how it's the exact same movie again. You know, what was the climax in the first one? It was the city. And what was the middle action scene? It was in the desert. Well, okay. The second movie, what was the climax? The desert. Okay, we saw that. Now this movie, what's the climax? The city. We saw that. And it floors me how these are aliens from space. I mean, these are machines that can turn into things. I mean, it just thinks, go into space and fight, you know, go to another country and fight, you know, Egypt. Oh, okay, it's still desert. You know, it's still sand flying up in the air. You know, it just seems like you could get a lot more creative with what you can do with these things. And like I said, with the Decepticons, they sort of do. You know, this vulture thing can sort of turn into, you know, almost like pictures, and it can mimics a lot of various things. That tapeworm, Transformer was pretty cool, and I loved watching that thing move. But aside from that, I just didn't see anything new. And another big disappointment is how, was it the Shia LaBeouf kid? I don't hate Shia LaBeouf, by the way, because I know he has like this big hate following. I'm one of the people, I don't hate him. You know, I don't think he's anything great, but I've got nothing against him. I thought he was funny in the first one. Here, for whatever reason, they have him shout all the time. Like, every other line is a scream, and he doesn't even need to. I mean, it's just like, oh, get over here! Girlfriend, get over here! Oh my God! I mean, he's constant screaming. I remember one point where they pull up, and he's a bit of a whiner, too. He's like, I want to go fight with the Autobots again. I want to do the Decepticons. I want to blah, blah, blah. And I remember he pulls up in his car, it says, you know, I want to see Optimus Prime, I want to see this, that, whatever, the secret location. And the soldiers are just like, no, you can't see him, no, you can't see him. And at some point, he just has like a Nicolas Cage moment where he just goes, Mwah! And it's just nuts. I don't even know what was going on. I think he runs into a gate or something like that, and the car gets ejected up a little bit, and he's just like, ah! It's like, I have no idea what that was about. I mean, maybe other people did. Maybe it's just something I missed, but it seemed like he was just screaming every other line. There's this bad guy that Patrick Dempsey played. I don't think I'm giving anything away by saying he's a bad guy. The plot, of course, who cares what the plot is? When have you ever cared about the plot in a Transformer movie? So, yeah, it's not as annoying as the second one, but I don't see any purpose in seeing it. It's literally, just go watch the first one again. The action's better, the acting's better, the comedy's better. You never care about the story, so you don't really want to know what's going to happen. There's a lot of jokes that fall dead. There's one good joke I remember, and that's when when that giant worm thing comes around, it's wrapping around the building. One of the soldiers just says, why the hell do the Decepticons get all the better shit? I think it's a very legitimate question. So, and there's this one other weird thing I brought up in the Bum review. For whatever reason, okay, you know how like in trailers, I do this too, in trailers, somebody says a line, and then all of a sudden, doom, it goes black. I mean, that's just what happens, somebody turns, doom, that's always what happens. This movie really starts, again, just really abusing that. And I don't know why. The same guy who did the music for Inception did this, I guess, so it's just, there's the Inception music, I guess that makes it okay. I'm trying to think of what else. I did not see it in 3D, and okay, but before I sign off, let me give you one thing, just a little lesson about 3D, because I don't think 3D is horrible. 3D can be great, but here's how you can spot a good 3D movie, if it's going to look good in 3D. Okay, let's say you're watching me in 3D. This would look cool. This would look really awesome. Now, would this look cool in 3D? No, you can't see anything. It's dark and blurry. There we go. It's dark and it's blurry. That's not going to look as good. The better you can see something, the better the 3D is going to be. And the more clear it is, and the more still it is, and the more colorful it is, the better it's going to look. So something like Kung Fu Panda 2, very good in 3D. A lot of animated films are very good in 3D because they make it very bright and colorful. How to Train Your Dragon was very good. That's why Avatar looks so good in 3D, because they made, the characters are blue, for God's sake. I mean, it's that colorful. So for something like this that's mostly just rubble, And a lot of it, I mean, Michael Bay movies are already pretty hard to watch. I cannot imagine watching this in 3D. Someone's on my Skype, screw you. I can't imagine watching this in 3D or on IMAX, because it's hard enough just to watch it on the small screen half the time. So, but like I said, when I was done watching it, I mean, a lot of people were applauding, they were getting into it. So my guess is if you like Transformers 2, you'll probably like this okay. You know, and I know people are sort of split on the first one, like whether or not, you know, hey, was this fun or incredibly stupid? I think it's both. But no, I didn't enjoy watching it personally. I thought it was way too long as usual. I thought it's just rehashing the same stuff again. Not as annoying, but like I said, it was boring for me. And you couldn't argue that's a worse crime than being annoying. At least annoying makes an impact. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. You could like it, but didn't do much for me. So that's it, and I shall talk to you later.